guys, what's up? It's Rain. Today is October 17th of 2021. Happy Sunday, folks. And man, oh man, the streak of abundance continues on, eating all day, every day. Shout out to the homie playoff Lenny. Leonard Fournette came in the clutch, making us a 7-unit absolute slaughter of a nasty money-making parlay. So Leonard Fournette, this whole show is dedicated to you for the peace, love, and prosperity. You keep giving us with that abundance, baby. We appreciate you. Go crazy, Leonard Fournette. 2-1 on the slate last week. It was absolutely phenomenal within the Thursday Night Football matchup. I'm sorry about that. We actually did way better than 2-1 throughout the entire week. Thursday Night Football, though, we went 2-1. We hit the Bucks first half -4. We also hit the Leonard Fournette parlay. And then, you know, we did not cover the full game spread, which, I mean, we're not even going to get into that. The 2-point conversion, all that bullshit. Doesn't matter. You still made a 8-unit plus 8-unit gain, I believe, off Thursday if you trailed my bet, something along those lines. Phenomenal stuff. Regardless, NFL record is now 29-10. 2021 record is 231-164 for a plus 67 correct pick analysis, and we are over now officially 2,500% in total unit gains as well. Like always, I'll never make y'all pay for picks or any of that bullshit. All that I ask is that if you find any value from my videos, you win a little bit of money, you know, send it to your friends. You know, send the links out. You know, we're at 116 subs. We keep on climbing. And my dream is to one day work for Barstool Sports and get noticed by Big Cat PFT. Or, you know, I'll even take Billy Football at this point. Fucking, obviously, Dave Portnoy. But y'all know the dream, so one day at a time until we make it happen. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I know y'all here to make some money. So without further ado, let's get a show on the road right now. Y'all coming in hot. Okay, man. Straight up, y'all. Listen. 29-10 NFL record, 2021 record, 231-164. We're at plus 67. All right. The parlay that I'm going to start us off with today, I'm not even going to dive into our usual one-game analysis off the bat. I'm going straight into a parlay because I've had this parlay locked in since Wednesday. Literally on Wednesday, I've put it all over Twitter. If you've been on my Twitter, then you know RaynBets on Twitter, RaynBets. This is the parlay, and I'll dive into a little bit of each one, why I love them so much. All right. Chiefs versus Washington, you're going to take Chiefs money line. All right. Chargers versus Ravens, you're going to take alternate spread, Chargers -2.5. Rams versus Giants, you're going to take alternate spread, Rams -2.5. And then Bills versus Titans, you're going to take Bills money line. All right, so Chiefs money line, Chargers -2.5, Rams -2.5, Bills money line. I'm putting 2 units on that for plus 497 odds. So let's dive into a little bit of each game and why I love each one in this big money parlay that I've had locked in for the entire week starting on Wednesday. Okay, so Chiefs versus Washington. I mean, there's not really what the hell you guys want me to say about that one, right? Like Kansas City, obviously, I mean, they've played a little bit bad this season. Their defense has been atrocious, but they're going against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, which is the Washington football team. Kansas City, you know, they're still electric, man. They have Tyreek Hill, they have Pat Mahomes, they have Travis Kelce. You know, I mean, they're gonna mollywomp them. All right, they're gonna score a shit ton of points. I mean, if you want to look at a single bet, you could also take the over. But Chiefs money line playing against Washington, I mean, that shit's free. All right, that is what it is. Okay, Chargers versus Ravens. Now this is where I'll dive in a little bit more. You have the Chargers at -2.5, and I absolutely love this bet, and I'm so excited that the Chargers aren't favored here against the Ravens because the Ravens are walking on thin ice. The Ravens are walking so much on thin ice. It is unfucking believable. Between their last second bullshit win against the Lions, between that ridiculous, I mean, all right, look, they made us a fuck ton of money by doing what they did, you know, last week, but it's pretty bullshit. Basically, they scored, if you didn't watch, they scored 16 points in the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter against the Colts. They literally were getting their ass beat by the Colts the entire game. They scored 16 points at the very end to come back and win. I'm talking 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and to come back, win, and cover the spread for us, making us a shit ton of money. So shout out the Ravens, but man, oh man, the Ravens are just not good. The Ravens are not a complete team right now. And, you know, Lamar Jackson is only going to be able to bail out this offense so many times. I mean, pretty much their offense is one-dimensional, right? It's Lamar Jackson runs out of the pocket and then chucks it deep over to Hollywood Brown or rushes for 20 yards. Or Lamar Jackson stays in the pocket and throws a 10-yard pass to Mark Andrews, who then, you know, breaks like 3 or 4 tackles, right? Like, Their offense is good, but their offense is nowhere near complete. And when they're going against a Chargers defense that is extremely well coached, they have a massive amount of talent on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, where they're going to be able to consistently put up points, where the Ravens are going to be forced to have to keep up with the Chargers. I just don't think the Ravens are going to be able to do it. And for that reason, that is why the Chargers are +3 in this matchup, but I'm taking them all the way to -2.5 because I think they absolutely dominate. And that's obviously going to be the money maker for us is that game today. So Chargers -2.5, second one in that parlay. Third one is going to be Rams -2.5. Really not much to dive in here. Rams are facing off the Giants. The Giants fucking suck. Daniel Jones coming off concussion. Kenny Golladay is out. Saquon Barkley is out. Worst O-line in the NFL, no questions asked. The Giants are just absolutely terrible. I think Daniel Jones is a phenomenal quarterback. I mean, even fantasy-wise in points, I believe he's 4th in fantasy, even with his concussion last week. I mean, the dude's electric, and he plays well. I honestly feel terrible for him. I really get like Matt Stafford vibes back in Detroit for Daniel Jones right now. So Rams are lights out. Matt Stafford's incredible. Offense is incredible. And you have the worst offensive line going against Aaron Donald. So I'll let you guys, sit with that in your head. Rams -2.5. Then the Bills versus Titans. Bills money line. I mean, Bills Mafia. Honestly, the Bills match up very well against the Titans in every aspect of the ball. Obviously, the big thing here is that the Bills' rush defense has struggled a little bit this year. They haven't been like spectacular, but when they're going against Derrick Henry and this Titans offense that functions specifically all around Derrick Henry having massively explosive games and having 100 to fucking 200 yards a damn game with 2 to 3 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, the Bills are going to have to key on that and stop that. But ultimately, the only way the Titans can even, stay in this match is if they do run the ball extremely effectively and milk the clock to keep Josh Allen off the field, because this offense is going to run up the score nonstop, and the Titans will not be able to keep up if the Titans fall behind. So honestly, the Bills should bring it home. I literally saw a video on Twitter of like 30 Bills Mafia fans on a fucking jet, all wearing there. It's a crazy fucking fan base, and you know what? I'm sold on Josh Allen. Take my stock. I'm going all in. Josh Allen, I love it. And he's gonna bring home the abundance parlay today. 2 units for +497 odds. Chiefs money line, Chargers -2.5, Rams -2.5, and Bills money line, 2 units for 497 odds. Lock it in, load it. All right, going into our next game on the game slip. This is the full game that I'm looking at for the spread straight up off the bat. We're taking the Arizona Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns here today. Man, short, simple, to the point. This line opened up at +-5, has moved all the way down to +-3.5, which is very interesting. In favor of the Browns. Yes, the Browns at home are the favorites here. And, short, simple, to the point, man, we are playing the COVID game here, folks. The Cardinals enter this game without their head coach, without their QB coach, star defensive tackle Zach Allen, so their starting center, and their star outside linebacker Chandler Jones, as well as Zach Ertz, who they just required, will be ineligible for this game as well. So, these key factors, it may not sound like a lot up front, but you have, 2 of your best defensive players out. You have your starting center out. You have your head coach out, and you have your quarterback coach out. Now, Kyler Murray's still a young quarterback, right? Like, he's been playing absolutely electric, but now you're taking, besides the OC, basically his 2 biggest influences on the field and in the game to really help him, stay in control and stay in his flow and absolutely pop the fuck off. Then on the defensive side of the ball, you're taking away, 2 of the biggest defensive leaders besides, JJ Watt, for this Cardinals defense. And, I don't believe they're going to look like the same team that we've seen throughout the NFL this year. I mean, basically every player on that fucking offense and defense too is questionable or probable. They're all pretty banged up. They have a lot going on. And, the Cardinals are the only team that are left undefeated. And this just seems like the perfect matchup and the perfect kind of string of events for the Browns to come in and absolutely dominate the Cardinals and bring them back to reality. Because, the Browns ain't bad, man. The Browns are not bad. And when you really look at the Browns, like, they're solid. They're very, very healthy. Besides obviously Nick Chubb being out for this game, they have Kareem Hunt, right? And Kareem Hunt's fucking stellar. We've seen Kareem Hunt thrive in Cleveland. We saw Kareem Hunt thrive in, Kansas City as well. And so I think Kareem Hunt will do just fine with replacing Nick Chubb, and the public is driving this price to a steady angle for the Browns currently. And you know what? It blows my mind to say this, but I love the 3.5. I really do love the 3.5 here. And the Browns had a beautiful offensive performance last week against top dog Chargers in a game that was absolutely for the ages. And you know what it did? It showed that they can hang with just about anybody, right? Any good offense they can hang with. Now, their defense, they played pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Their pass defense was pretty atrocious. But, the Cardinals are the #1 offense in the NFL. and they've been absolutely electric and remain the only undefeated team in the NFL. But something's got to give here, though, and for the depth of this team being as banged up as it is for the Cardinals, I think the Browns -3.5 at home is just too good not to pass it up. And for that reason, I am putting 2 units on the Browns -3.5. Lock it in. Load it. All right, last thing I'm taking on the bet slip today, I am taking another parlay, but this one is a straight up teaser. We are going to be teasing the Rams down to -0.5, the Texans +17.5, and the Chargers +10.5 for +105 odds for 2 units. I absolutely love that bet. That bet is my favorite bet of the day thus far. The only one that if you're really looking at that bet where you're like, oh, I don't know, would probably be the Texans, right? But I'm telling you, man, I loved how the Texans played last week. They still lost, but Mills just looked so much more comfortable. It looked like Mills wasn't shitting his pants. And then, the Colts, on the other hand, I mean, fuck, dude, both these teams are 1-4 to be 10-point favorites. I mean, it's a division rivalry game, and I guess the Colts are technically a little bit better, but I mean, fuck, dude, 17.5 for the Texans. If they can't cover that, then the Texans might as well not show up to play a game for the rest of the year. So I absolutely love that bet, +105 odds, 2 units. Lock it and load it. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for the bet slip today. Like always, make sure to follow me on Twitter at RaynBets. I love y'all to death. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe in this video for a chance to win $10. Comment your favorite pick from you or from me down below. The person with the most correct picks every Sunday through Sunday will win. I love y'all to death, and I will see y'all next time. Let's make it rain. Peace.